Hi, my name is Phil Johncock, the grant professor, and this weekend I received a certificate in the mail that now says that I am grant professional certified according to the Grant Professional Certification Institute. Now, what's interesting about this is that I've been a grant writer for over 26 years, and I've been a teacher of grant writing and a professor of grant writing for over 21 years. So why is it that it took me this long to become grant professional certified? Well, let me tell you a bit about the industry. When I was starting out back in 1988, there were some videos, there were some books, there were some resources like the Foundation Center, the Grantsmanship Center, and others that were providing classes, and so I attended all the classes that I could when I started teaching because I hadn't been trained myself. So I felt my obligation as a professor was to not only teach my system, but also to look at the best practices of other grant writers and then pull that together and put together some good courses that would train people in not just one method, but in multiple methods, and then become more scientific about the approach of grant writing. So I started teaching, and I found that there were no other materials to help teachers. So I developed some curriculum. In 2001, we created the first grant writing certification program, college grant writing certification program in the country at Truckee Meadows Community College in Reno, Nevada. And at that time, there was no curriculum, so we developed it. Well, I taught that, and that program is still going on to this day. And in 2007, the Grant Professional Certification Institute developed this exam, or launched it, and I didn't hear about it until 2010. Well, at that time, I had been teaching for the last 7 years prior to that, and I hadn't been doing a lot of grant writing, so I was not even eligible to take the exam. So you have to have at least 5 grants under your belt, and I had over 50, and but it had to be in the last 5 to 7 years. So that wasn't the case. I had been teaching others, and they had gone on to be successful and gotten over $1 billion in grant funding, and I was celebrating in their success. But then I couldn't become certified, at least according to the system that the GPSI is what the acronym for the Grant Professional Certification Institute is called. And so what I did was I started working with one client. I got very soon, I think, 10 grants funded in the first 6 months or so with the client. I applied, took the exam, and one of the things that helped me pass was about 3 years ago, I worked with a group of grant professionals who were certified, and we developed an online course called the GPC Exam Prep Course online. Now, I couldn't teach in the course. I was the administrator. I helped put it together. But we hired certified people who were also trained as webinar facilitators. So one of the great things about becoming certified is it opens up all kinds of opportunities. And in this case, one of the things that I see is a lot of need for good, high-quality webinars, web conferences. And but people are not trained in facilitating webinars, so I provided that training because I'd been doing it for many years, and we took the people who had been certified, created this program, and in the process of administering it, I was able to sit in on the classes, participate as well, and I learned what I needed to learn about the exam and some areas that I needed to brush up on myself. If I've been teaching all these years and I don't pass the exam, what kind of example am I? But the great thing is I passed. One of the things I did learn that I'll pass on to you is that do not copy and paste like you do in Word when you're taking the written exam, because in my case the computer froze up, so I lost all the work that I had been doing in writing the writing sample. So one thing is make sure that you understand what computer system, because now the test is available electronically and at over 500 locations around the country. So it's important to check out the computer system that's being used, and you're not going to be able to copy and paste. At least I wasn't. That may change when you take it. My challenge for those of you who've been doing this for a long time, maybe you've been teaching it for a long time, is to become grant professional certified. Encourage your students to do it. I think the industry is changing. I think it's something that adds credibility to the industry. And even though I may have all the experience and you may have all the experience, it's definitely something that I think that we can all contribute as old-timers to the field, and it helps kind of rejuvenate ourselves, and we're always redefining ourselves as we go. So I just want to say thank you so much to the people who created this, the founding fathers and mothers, and the people currently at the Grant Professional Certification Institute for making such a great exam. It's a generalist exam. And thank you so much for all that you're doing for the industry, and for those of you out there that haven't taken the test yet. You need to have at least 5 grants under your belt, and in the last, I think, 7 years, but check the Grant Professional Certification Institute website to find out for sure. And then you have to have worked in the industry for the last 3 to 5 years. Look at the eligibility. It's something that you don't absolutely have to do, because you've been doing this for a long time like I have been, but I think it's something that we contribute to the field, and I encourage all of you to take the exam and do my best to help you. So the GPC exam prep course is there for you if you want help and need to build some confidence, and look at test taking strategies as well if you haven't done that in a long time. And I hope that you become Grant Professional Certified like I did.